Welcome back, guys. So I'm really excited about this game today for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pretty good game, but two, it's actually the first game that I've had someone ask me to cast for them. Previously, all the games I've cast have been my own versus someone else, and this game is neither player as myself. So let's get the introduction started. In the blue, we have Woodicus. He hails from New Zealand and sits about 950 to 1,000 elo. He also has about 750 games played under his belt. In the red, we have TuoRex96, and he is from Germany with about 150 games under his belt, and he sits at about 1,000 to 1,050 elo. So the red player is playing as the Franks, and the blue player is playing as the Turks. Now, both players have really good light cav. The Turks get automatic upgrades when they reach the next age, and the Franks get that additional hit points as well. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit and get into more of the game, but I'm going to keep talking as we go. Pretty standard, collecting your sheep, getting some lumber camps. Red is getting loom, luring in some boar. Blue is also luring his boar. Building some houses. Pretty standard play so far. The only thing that I would say surprised me is that he built a mill for the ostriches, and he didn't go to the berries. Frank players have an insane berry collection bonus. I think it's like 40% or something like that. They also get the farm upgrades for free. So you might as well wait until you're into the next age to build farms, and instead collect those berries. Both players are now inside of feudal age. And looks like the blue player is spotting the red player. He's probably a little surprised there's no mill on the berries. That's just standard play for Franks, is to go onto the berries pretty early. And it looks like, yeah, the red player is going to react by walling in his gold. Make sure that he's not raided by any light cav. And it looks like blue is also doing the same thing, walling up his base. Both players are kind of expecting the other player to hit them with some light cav, and red has three now scouts in blue's base. Taking a chance running underneath the TC, but blue hasn't reacted yet. Oh, there he reacts. No damage on the scouts. He's going to attempt to try and get a pick here, but blue is sending in 2 scouts. Red has another scout. A villager goes down. It is now 4 versus 2. And you have to remember, these red scouts are Frankish scouts. They have that additional hit points. Blue wisely walling in his woodline to protect himself. Getting some more scouts out. But he's outnumbered. And he doesn't have bloodlines yet. So his scouts are only at 45 hit points, while your Frankish scouts are at 54. That's an additional 9 hit points per scout. 4 versus 2. Walling in this wood line. We'll attempt to get some hits on the one scout that's by itself.
Aimed it.
Will he get the pick? Oh no. He doesn't get it. Falling back, trying to regroup us. There we go. Alright. Fall back. Oh no. One goes down. Alright, so it's 4-3 right now. But this one's pretty weak. Oh, that hurts. Gotta keep those scouts together. These scouts are already stronger with more hit points. He will get one there. Got some idle villagers stuck here in the woodline. They're protected, but they're idle. But surprisingly, with red being more aggressive and taking most of these fights inside of blue's base, you look at the idle TC, the idle eco time, and red actually has more idle eco time wasted than the blue player. So good job to blue to keep his eco going while still fighting off these attacks. And he's going to continue to wall up, trying to protect himself. He's got 4 scouts now. The villager count, red has a lead. He has 5 villagers more. That's something that surprised me, and you're going to notice this as we keep watching the game, is that red does not believe in eco upgrades. And I say does not believe because it's hard to understand why he would forget all his eco upgrades. Now, he does have the farm upgrades, but that's an automatic thing from being Franks. You're going to see he doesn't get the wood upgrade, and he doesn't get the wheelbarrow or handcart either. And ultimately, I think that is going to cause a big problem for him down the line. Even if he maintains having more villagers, if you don't have those eco upgrades to make those villagers more efficient, that's a problem. Blue forcing some more idle time, causing red to react, drawing his villagers back to the TC. Excuse me. He sees there's a barracks. His stable is forward. Just looking for easy picks. And oh, there's an open wood. Oh, it's open. Will he react in time? Blue coming up. What does he see? He sees it. He goes past. He goes past. And red has enough time to react. Walling up just in time. Oh, that could have been huge.
Hey.
That could have been huge. There's 9 villagers in there. And the spearmen come out. Blue's going to have to pull away to keep his spears alive. Oh, he's going to take the fight. I don't know if that was a good fight. I was 2 or 3 scouts down just for 2 spearmen. I don't know if I like that. But he is forcing idle eco time. 5.4% idle eco time for red, 2.6 for blue. And red is in Castle Age. The Franks have a strong economy. Even whenever you ignore your berries, apparently. Going heavy on farms. And still no wood upgrade. Oh. I don't know if I like that. He's taking fights against spearmen, but he doesn't have bloodlines. Bloodlines gives you that additional 20 hit points, which make your scouts so much stronger, and your knights when you have them. Really important to get if you're going to go up against spearmen. Red really sending a lot of villagers, kind of overkill to this TC. Trying to maximize the time that he has in Castle Age. Blue still hasn't clicked up yet. The score is similar though. 37 villagers to 38 villagers. And red is queuing up some knights. Looks like he's sending some knights over, attacking the blacksmith. Maybe you should try something a little easier to get into. Maybe some palisade walls. Looking for an opening. Blue is walled up. Pretty much everything, it looks like. Yeah. Red's going to have to try and force his way in here. Both players going heavy on the farms, which is good. Trying to get that food production up so they can make scouts and knights, etc. I wonder if he thinks that's a gap. Yeah, he thinks that's a gap. It's actually not a gap at all. Red's knights looking around. He's got a few of them out in the field, 4 of them now, 2 more queued up. Blue's still continuing to harass. Being chased off by spearmen though. If I were red, I think I would delete this palisade and build a house there to protect myself. But instead he's going to keep chopping this tree here, leaving himself open very shortly. Some idle villagers standing here at a house that's already built. I don't know if I would build a house right on next to gold either. Going heavy on a stone, you have to think, is red thinking about getting a cheap Frank castle? Oh, and red is into the... Oh, he's into the base. It looks like blue tried to build a house, didn't get there in time. Sometimes if you build... Oh, those villagers. Look at them go. That's 2 villagers, 3 villagers. Sometimes if you build a bigger building like a market or whatever, you can start building a little bit faster when you're running to it. And these villagers... Oh, 4 villagers go down. No, call her into the TC. 5 villagers go down. 6 villagers go down. Oh, so many villagers going down that didn't need to. Oh, and over here, being raided. 1 knight on the wood line. Trying to get some archery ranges up. Another villager's going to go down. Well, maybe. Maybe he got lucky. He got lucky. It's looking pretty bad for blue. The score is relatively similar. But red has 52 villagers to blue's 33 villagers. Blue queuing up some cav archers, getting some knights out as well. Red really should be focusing on these villagers. These villagers are just running around these mills. There we go. Getting some easy picks. Blue using some light cav coming out, but light cav are just not going to be strong enough against these knights. Trying to get his cav numbers up, but these cav archers, they only work well whenever you have a good ball of them, and they keep going down. Will blue be able to clean this mess up? Those Frankish knights are just so strong. 120 hit points, didn't have to pay for bloodlines. I see blue finally did get bloodlines. And he's stopped good. He's stopping the hole. Reinforcements just kept pouring in until he plugged that hole. Starting to stabilize some. Looks like he's gonna wall. Yep. Trying to keep red out of his base. And if you look, though, like I said earlier, red just doesn't have those upgrades on his eco. Double bit axe. He does have the heavy plow, like I said, which is free. Still no wheelbarrow. Whereas blue has the first and almost the second wood upgrade now. The first farming upgrade. Still doesn't have wheelbarrow yet, though. And red's in again. Breaking through the palisade walls, getting more villager picks. You look at the KD, and wow. 29 KD to only 16 for blue. And red is feeling so strong and so ballsy, he probably thinks that he has this in his court so easily. He was fighting under the TC. But blue is here now with some light cav as a meat shield. Oh, but he's pulling back to the way the archers. Alright, cav archers coming back. Red attempting to get him off gold again. Interesting, blue going for the line of sight upgrade, town patrol. He wants to see what's going on. He doesn't want to be surprised. And he actually cleaned that up pretty well. The knights go down. He has light cav. He has cav archers. But red is still pouring in knights. He's got to plug that hole. Constantly on his back foot. He's trying to get those villagers off the gold. Keep them from being able to produce units. And I don't know, maybe add in some spears or maybe some pikes to help fight against these knights would be helpful, you know. But really dedicating himself, committing to the light cav approach instead. I think red is making a little bit of a mistake here now that blue's got his numbers up. You can't just keep trickling these knights in, it's a waste of resources. And red coming forward with a lot of villagers, you can only imagine it's going to be a castle. The question is, where is he going to drop the castle at? Blue has finally plugged the hole here. Still chasing down red's army up north. and he will clean that up. A lot of his army's out of position, though. And red building a palisade wall. A lot of people use that as a set point kind of thing. Will blue see him? Blue does see them. And red, he's going to commit. There's cav archers. There's light cav. Red is going to commit 17 villagers to a castle with no military. Now he has a huge amount of villagers. 70, well, it's going down, but he had like 74 villagers. But what a waste. They're throwing away all these villagers to try and get this castle up. And honestly, the only thing it ranges is some farms, not even a wood line. I would have liked to see maybe range his wood lines here, or something to prevent him from collecting stone over here, or to deny him the gold over up here in the north part. But instead, he puts a castle here. He loses a lot of villagers, probably roughly 12 villagers. Or wait, actually I think I said 19 earlier. A lot of villagers either way go down. And blue attacking it now. Red stubbornly does not delete the foundation. He could easily get back a large portion of that stone, but no, he's going to use his market. He's going to sell wood for gold and buy, no, excuse me, he's going to sell wood for gold and then buy food for gold. All right. And it makes me wonder, yeah, he has his farm reseed button on. I think I would let some of them expire and rebuild them closer to my TCs to protect myself against raids, but alright. Still does not want to collect the berries. I don't understand that, but alright. Sending a lot of villagers up north, 14 villagers, building a house. I'm assuming he's going to build a TC up there eventually, try and collect some of that gold. Off this wood line. Alright. Not collecting any of the rear stone. And you see how these villagers are getting bunched up here. If this house wasn't here, and maybe you build a second mining camp instead, it would be so much more efficient. Let's see what's going on. Red still continuing to trickle in military, but blue has a decent amount of light cav and a decent amount of cav archers, and it's going to be enough to clean up whatever he trickles towards him. You need to wait till you get your numbers up a little bit more. If you're raiding, it's one thing, but whenever you're going against an organized army, you need to collect your numbers and meet them with about equal or greater numbers. Otherwise, it's going to snowball against you. And it looks like blue is going to build some palisade gates and houses to prevent red from being able to finish this castle. Yeah, and he built a TC. And what do we got? Another castle drop? Another house? But I'm assuming that many villagers is going to be for a castle drop. I think I would have liked to have seen it on this hill right here next to his TC, but maybe he's thinking about denying that gold. And there we go. Another TC. Once again, no military. I don't know if that's just brave or if that's stupid, but he's dealing with cav archers in his base, villagers being pulled off, getting some hits in with some pikes. The light cav are gone, but I think that it would be better to have some military up here. Oh, and he actually gets it up. He gets it up because the army's distracted in his own base, and it looks like he's going to collect some gold there. And he does range to wood lines a little bit. I think I would have preferred it a little bit further behind the wood line or a little bit more on the hill where it kind of denied this stone over here and maybe allows you to collect some of it and maybe range to TC a little bit. But still, okay. Blue still attacking the castle. Maybe a ram would be a good thing, or even a mangonel from inside your base to help take that castle down a little faster. Red cleaning up some cav archers. Does have some knights out now. What is red doing? Is he going to try and finish that castle? It looks like it. It's currently at 48.28%. It's almost 50%. And he's going to send his knights into the base while sending his unprotected villagers to the castle. Red, do you just like throwing away your villagers? You had to have seen all that military attacking it, and red falls back. But not before losing a ton of villagers for the second time. But somehow, he loses all of those villagers and still has 6 more villagers than blue. That's insane. That's a testament, 1, to all the raids that he's done, but 2, maybe blue has just been really focusing on getting units out and not so much villagers. And blue heavy on stone, you can only imagine he's probably going to try and make a castle of his own here soon. 69 villagers for red, 62 villagers for blue. The blue villagers are so much more efficient. He's got both wood. He got 2 wood upgrades. He's got 2 farm upgrades. He got wheelbarrow now. Red buying more food. He's on 3 TCs to blue's 2. He has 1 castle up and another castle partially. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't get anything else built on it. Just lost a lot of villagers. Blue does not have a castle yet. Looks like blue is building a market. Perhaps to buy some stone. You'd think the market would be up a little bit sooner than that. Or maybe he's just trying to delay. Yes, he's trying to delay. Oh, I don't know if that villager... Ooh. Maybe if he garrisoned these villagers into this TC. Oh, and a villager goes down. Oh, another one goes down. And red keeps on pumping out villagers. Back up to 75 villagers for the 3rd time in the game. Blue still at 65 villagers. Some throwing axemen coming in here. Who would think that you'd use a throwing axeman to raid? But he's getting kills. The light cav go past him, and then turn around. There we go. And blue is going for university, probably trying to get ballistics. And red finally sending some military over here. He will take down this palisade gate to free open access to the castle again. That was a mistake, a huge mistake that cost red twice. Will red try and finish the castle for a 3rd time? And it looks like he will, sending only 3 villagers who still have gold in their hands. Doesn't even bother to drop off their resources. He's going to pour in a large amount of Frankish knights. 12 of them there. He's got 3 down here. Blue has a lot of light cav, a lot of cav archers. I believe the Turkish cav archers get additional HP. And can 3 villagers do what previously a ton of villagers could not? Maybe. Maybe if blue is distracted and not paying attention. Red content to fight under TC fire and castle fire against light cav and cav archers. Delaying blue's ability to hit resources though, which is good. Still, the idle eco time is way greater for the red player, 8.7% to 3.4%, and the castle goes up. 3 villagers on the 3rd attempt will get the castle up, and he garrisons them to protect them from the light cav. Oh, wow. And blue responds with a castle of his own. Can he get it up, though? 5 villagers. Red knights will come in. There's no villagers in the TC. Will red be able to deny it? And blue is sending out camels as a counter to the Frankish knights. The villagers are going down. Blue's committing more villagers to him. The camels are coming in. Will he be able to... Oh, sending more villagers. More villagers being sent to get this castle up. Blue really wants to stabilize his position by sending these villagers in. Red still has some knights, but he's got a strong counter with the camels. He's attacking the castle foundation instead of the villagers. Not a wise idea. Okay, up here he's attacking the villagers, but still these camels are going to clean up these knights. The knights are strong, but the camels are such a good counter. The camels are going down, some of them, to the castle fire. Wow. Red repairing his castle as well. Red also getting into the northern woodline with some throwing axemen, just killing villagers, keeping them off wood. But blue is an Imperial Age, and he's getting the wheel cart upgrade. Hand cart upgrade. So now his villagers are going to be even more efficient. And now he can start pumping out trebuchets as he queues one up already. All Blue has to do now is just hang in there. If he can turtle behind this, prevent Red from raiding him too much, and get those trebuchets out, you can start taking down these castles and reclaiming your base. Red is not clicking up. He's not even close to clicking up. He's only got about half the food, but he's spending it on more units, queuing up more knights. Still has 85 villagers to 39 villagers now. That is insane. Blue has literally less than half the villagers of Red, but he has the eco upgrades. He is an Imperial Age. He does have a trebuchet, and these castles are going to start going down if Red cannot repair them, if Red cannot click up to Imperial Age and start getting his own trebuchets out. But what does Red do? Oh, I may be behind. I may be in Castle Age still, but I'm going to drop another castle that ranges woodlines, yes, but there's nobody on those woodlines. I don't know if I like that. And only sending one villager to do it. He's got two more over here. He needs to get this castle up. He needs to go. Oh, and okay, so Blue is sending villagers back, so maybe that is a good castle. He's going to start getting these villagers here if it goes up. Red trying to come in there with some knights to clean up these trebuchets, but it's not enough. The trebuchet is still standing. And this castle goes down. The gold is unprotected. Red sending out some knights, or excuse me, rams. Looks like he's going to try and take down this castle, but these rams are not going to cut it. You need trebuchets. You need to be an Imperial Age. Selling stone now. Wow. Does Blue react to this castle, though? He sees it. This castle is at 62%. He has to see it. Maybe. Red sending over 3 villagers now. The trebuchets now attacking this castle. The rams attacking the stable instead of the castle. Will this castle go up?
Defend him.
Blue sees it. He has to see it. And the castle goes up, and 1 villager goes down, 2 villagers goes down, 3 villagers go down, 4, 5. Oh, it's a mass 6. It's a 7. It's a massacre. 8, 9. This is insane. Blue is 10. Blue is at 46 villagers. 11, 12. This castle, I didn't like it at first. Oh my gosh, but it is slaughtering these villagers. About 15 of them so far already have gone down. And Blue finally realizes, oh, another one. He finally realizes that he needs to go find a safe woodline. Because that woodline is not safe. 44 villagers to 85 villagers. That is the eco difference as far as villagers go. But 85 villagers with no eco upgrades except for farming upgrades. I have to say, having more efficient villagers is better than having a lot of inefficient villagers, it appears. Also, Red just really committing to these knights, even though Blue has the counter. Camels counter knights. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta come up with something else. Otherwise, you're taking a losing fight almost every time. And the trebuchets are taking down this third castle, really cleaning up the base. Blue has these 2 castles. This will be the last castle to go down against him. And he's really reclaimed his base. And Blue taking the score lead by a nice margin, 8,500 to 6,000. Despite only having 46 villagers to 85 of Red's villagers. And I think T90 would be proud of these farms. Look at these farms. Wow. It's just scattered everywhere. I mean, this is ripe for raiding. You send some light cav in here, maybe some hussar. Oh, it's GG. There's no defensive buildings. There's no castle. There's a couple of stables, but there's really not even any units. Blue coming out here. He wants this gold. Red sending some knights up, but the TC's already up. Deciding to pull away. Maybe go after some villagers. And just look at the eco coding. I mean, the overall KD is 173 to 160, so that's pretty even. But when you look at the Eco KD, Red has killed 86 villagers to Blue killing 29. That is insane. Red has done a phenomenal job in attacking his Eco, but he hasn't done that great of a job in taking good fights, and he hasn't done a good job in countering the units that Blue is putting out there. And when you've got camels, you got to be thinking maybe some knights and monks, maybe even something with archers. I forget how good archers the Franks have, but something, because the camels have low pierce armor. They're also susceptible to monks. Anything besides knights. You don't want to make what they are good against, and that's knights. But that's what he's been doing. He is attempting to get this monk here. Looks like Blue is trying to get some relics. And rip. Red is clicking up to Imperial Age. He is going into Light Cav. Alright. He does have a siege workshop, 3 villagers, some pikemen, 2 barracks down here. Possibly anticipating trying to push from that side. Oh! And we missed it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I missed it. Another slaughter. Red castle dropped Blue and murdered his vills. Now, will he garrison his vills or pull them away? Hopefully. Oh, this is insane. And the Eco KD continues to worsen for Blue, 96 to 29. That is insane. Denying that gold. If unresponded to by Blue, he could destroy that TC. You got to wonder if he's going to send those trebuchets over there or not. Red taking a good fight down here, looks like. Got some light cap coming in, some pikes. Blue needs to really hit and run with those cav archers. He does clean up those pikes pretty well, though. Looks like Red does not have any of the upgrades for his infantry armor, so that makes him really susceptible to cav archers. Almost into Imperial Age. Blue getting the last wood upgrade, getting the gold upgrade. He also got the last attack for archers. And Blue has the hussars as well. And hussars, Turkish hussars versus Frankish light cav. I'm going to take the Turkish hussars. Really am. Only 72 hit points compared to the hussars, 95. And this castle is being ranged by the trebuchets. Blue doing a great job in pressuring, not giving him any time. He's trying to save that castle. He has 1 trebuchet up, but the hussars are coming in there. Can the hussars get that trebuchet? Can that castle stay up? There's 2 trebuchets on a hill, giving them additional damage. 1 trebuchet trying to fight uphill. The camels come in. The cav archers have to pull back. The trebuchet is still standing. Another trebuchet comes out. The castle. Oh, 1 trebuchet goes down. Oh, it's hard to say. Red really needs some military. He needs military to try and get these trebuchets off the hill. Right now, he's spending a lot of stone trying to keep this castle up. All he has is light cap and some throwing axemen. And Blue sending in the cav archers, going to target the villagers that are repairing that castle. Now shooting the trebuchet a little bit, pulling back to avoid the castle fire. Red's going to run out of stone here soon. He's down to less than 100. Unfortunately, getting a kill on a cav archer versus getting a shot on the trebuchet. Blue taking some shots on the trebuchet again. Oh, 22, 18. Oh, and the castle goes down. Red only had 17 stone left to repair. Those villagers are exposed. You have to wonder, is there any way that Red's going to be able to hang in there now? All these castles going down. Not being able to keep his trebuchet numbers up. They're fleeing back to this TC here. And it looks like Blue is even collecting some gold up here Red sending out some light cav to scout around and attack the villagers. Blue responding, fighting back. I don't know. Light cav are so much stronger than like scouts. He's going to kill several villagers, but I guess with them being so exposed, you might as well take some hits on the red scout, or light cav, excuse me. And it looks like, yep, garrisoned his villagers there. Red's still sending knights up here, getting slaughtered. He has to group his units together, and he has to try and think about what counters camels. And Blue is getting the heavy camel upgrade, and he's treading down this TC. Red over on here on the corner. He's got 3 light cav. He's in. He could attack. He could get these villagers off of wood, but unfortunately he's still attacking the palisade. He has a lot of idle villagers standing around. There we go. Getting on the gold again. Building some pikemen up. Out, and they go in. Once again. This is insane. If Red was as good at killing military units as he is killing eco units, I don't think it would matter that he didn't get his eco upgrades. He has done such a phenomenal job attacking these eco units. 117 villagers killed to 46. That's insane. But he doesn't seem to have the answer when it comes to military units. The heavy camel rider upgrade is in. Those light cav are going to get cleaned up so quickly. And Blue sitting on the corner. What can he see? Red can't see him. Idle villagers everywhere. Light cav is pretty much the only thing that Red has. Blue just sitting there, content to wait. A lot of light cav chasing 1 hussar. The camel's following closely behind. Some pikes will get some pokes on him. Almost taking him down. If he was smart, he'd get these pikes turned around and attack these camels. Still, only 1 attack upgrade on the pikes, and no armor upgrades at all. Oh, that hurts to see. Blue smartly just falling behind, picking off these pikes, while Red chases a hussar around. I'm assuming that Blue has husbandry and Red does not, because Red is lagging so much further behind, and all those pikes go down. Not a single camel is even affected by it. And Blue is dropping a castle on the hill, sending 1 villager, 2 villagers, 3 villagers now. He does have military to support it. Camels, but they're going to clean up these couple of knights that are coming out, sending some more villagers. He's got 2 trebuchets cleaning up production buildings. And you have to say it's probably just a matter of time now. It's probably just a matter of time. He will clean up that mining camp, and he's trying to come out to gold here. But I think it's a little too late. Still on gold over here. Blue did re-wall up here. Red selling more wood for gold. Queuing up some more light cav. Taking a fight over here. It's just not going to be enough. Blue has the numbers. Red is only trying to fight military with light cav and an occasional pike or knight, and that's not going to be enough. Blue even sending in some camels. Feeling confident enough to fight under TC fire to kill some villagers. Evening out some of that eco KD. It's 117 to 58 now. Red's villagers being hit by camels and hussars, and there it is. There it is. 119 knights created by Red, 84 hussars created by Blue. We'll just look at some of the statistics here. Total military, 231 kills for Red, 294 kills for Blue. The economy, you've got to look at the wood cutting difference. Even with Blue having only half the villagers that Red had for almost the entire game, having those wood upgrades, ultimately he had more wood collected. And he had more food collected even though he didn't get the farm upgrades as fast because Red got them automatically. Red did collect more gold and more stone. And red actually was first to feudal and first to castle, but blue getting to imperial age first by a large margin. Getting those trebuchets out proved to be pivotal in getting those castles down, reclaiming his base, and really turning the tide against him. So that's the game, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I tried to make it as interesting as possible. If you guys have interesting games that you want to send them to me, you can add me on Steam, Punic Curse, and we can talk about how you send the files to me. Really looking for exciting, fun games, maybe out of the box strategies. So, yeah, until next time.